Today's top stories and current events. Queen's doctor and cousin are guilty of murder. After losing custody of her 4-year-old daughter to her husband, Dr. Bowe arranged for her husband to be murdered in front of her and her daughter. She had hired her cousin by marriage, Mikhail, to do the dirty work. There were 5 dozen phone calls made between Dr. Bowe and Mikhail the week before the murder. The murderer traveled from state to state to create a silencer so the killing would not be noticed. That, of course, was unsuccessful, but he did successfully kill her husband. On Tuesday, after 6 hours of deliberation, a Queens jury found the doctor and her cousin guilty of first-degree murder and the conspiracy and the death of Daniel Malukov. One of the family members rejoiced and said, "We will drink vodka." Both defendants will face 20 years to life in prison, and the defendant's daughter, Michelle, is now living with her uncle. And the wife's father wishes that his granddaughter would not be raised as her mother. And now it's here with the weather.
Hi, I'm Sierra and I'm here with the weather segment. Today is Tuesday with a temperature of 45 degrees Fahrenheit with a slight chance of rain, and tonight should be dropping down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. With tomorrow's temperature, Wednesday, we're expecting a little bit of rain with 56 degrees Fahrenheit, later on dropping down to 29. And on Thursday, we have a temperature of 43 degrees, partly sunny, with dropping down later on to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. On Friday, we have another sunny day with 43 degrees Fahrenheit, dropping down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. On Saturday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a temperature of 59 degrees, later on dropping down to 40 degrees. That's all for the 5-day forecast. 2-day rhyme with Arts and Entertainment.
Thank you, Tiara. An award of entertainment, Clifford Harris, also known as T.I., has been sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in federal prison due to federal weapons violations. T.I. was caught with the possession of 3 machine guns and 2 silencers. Since pleading guilty to federal weapons charges in 2007 of March, T.I. has served over 1,000 hours of community service and appeared on a reality show, T.I.'s Road to Redemption. In T.I.'s Road to Redemption, he shows teens the reality of gun violence and gang violence. Throughout T.I.'s life, he has served over 10 years in prison and spent over $250,000 in fines. T.I.'s final court hearing will be held on March 30, 2009. Now over to Larry with politics.
Thanks, Daron. My name is Larry Law, and I'll be talking about the politics going on in New York at the moment. Recently, our 44th president was elected into the White House, Barack Obama. One of his main adversaries during the fight for the Democratic Party, Ms. Hillary Clinton, was invited by Barack to be his Secretary of State. She'll be officially indicted into the White House in Thanksgiving of 2009. This shows real growth by the president in the fact that he chose to turn a major rival into a partner. Despite the fact that Hillary would prefer to have been president, she has known that she would not be in the public eye much longer and chose to have the biggest impact she can on the country as quick as possible. She has asked Obama at certain stipulations for their relationship while in the White House that she would be personally able to reach him if ever needed for questioning, and also that she would be able to pick the staff under her personally. And now, thanks to our 44th President, Barack Obama, despite the fact that the Senator of New York, Ms. Hillary Clinton, did not win the presidency, she'll still be able to have a major impact on the country as a state secretary. Now let's agree with the math segment for the day.
I'm Aubrey, and this is the math segment. Today's story is going to be about the recent buying and selling of the New York Times Company. The New York Times Company has sold both of its home office to W.P. Carey Company for $225 million. The deal announced Monday covers 21 of the building's 52 floors. That's about 750,000 square feet. Under the terms of W.P. Carey Company, New York Times Company has to pay $24 million this year with an increase of $30.5 million annually by the end of the 15-year lease just to rent back the offices. To raise money, the Times Company suspended its shareholder dividends to save about $133 million this year. To gain even more, Times is hoping to sell its 17.8% stake in a partnership that owns the Boston Red Sox. If that succeeds, the Times Company could pocket another $150 million or more. But Times doubt a buyer will emerge soon because the recession is threatening to depress baseball's revenue too. Another option would be to sell some of its newspapers, like the Boston Globe and 16 other daily publications in Massachusetts, Alabama, California, Florida, Louisiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina. With many options in mind, it should be easy to raise the money. Hopefully, they'll be able to get the money back and buy the offices before the 15 lease is over. Well, that's it for the math segment. Up next is Kelly Copper with the sports.
Thanks, Maria. Now with sports. My name is Kelly Copper. I'll be talking about Alex Rodriguez from the New York Yankees. Alex Rodriguez, known as A-Rod, has underwent a successful hip repair surgery at Monday at Colorado Clinic.
Rodriguez is expected to be out for 2 months. He will continue to collect his $28 million a year salary while the Yankees play without him. It's better than missing the whole year. I mean, look. Dr. Philippine said there's an 85 to 90% chance. There's A-Rod. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
How's the hip?
It's doing fine. I've been doing a little physical therapy and all that stuff, so I should be back in around mid-May.
The race has been very young. There it is. Back to the shower.
Thanks, Kalia. Can't believe you really ran in the A-Rod. We'll talk about that when you get back. But you guys, we're on again at 10. Don't move. See you then.
Maps! Move if you wanna, if you wanna, if you wanna move, move if you wanna, if you wanna, if you wanna move, move if you wanna, if you wanna.